Hey y'all, I hope you're doing well today or tonight. This video is gonna be a little bit different than usual. I'm still gonna be rambling, as I tend to do, but I'm gonna be trying something a little new with it. I've been reading all of your comments, and they've been very nice. Very supportive, and I appreciate them all. So thank you. But I've noticed kind of a recurring request from y'all. And that request was to do a little bit of whispering. Now, I'm still not super comfortable on camera. In fact, even just that little part right there felt a little awkward for me, as I'm sure you could tell. So I'm gonna kind of just ease into it and sprinkle little bits of whispering throughout this video. I'm sorry if I look a little ridiculous doing it the way I have the camera set up, and my microphone is that the microphone is just out of frame. So from y'all's perspective, it probably looks like I'm leaning down and looking at my crotch to whisper to y'all. So I'm sorry about that. I hope it's not too weird or distracting to all of you. Speaking of comments that y'all have left, I've been getting a lot of lookalike comments. Some of the more notable comments that I've been getting comparisons to have included Spider-Man and Harry Potter. Now, this would not be the first time that I've been called those things. Back when I was in high school, which was quite some time ago now. It's weird to think about. I was in a science class. That's such a silly thing of me to say. Everyone has a science class in high school. But anyway, in science class, I believe in my junior year, I had a bunch of classmates that would just call me Spider-Man because they said I looked like Tobey Maguire. Especially back then, my classes were more rectangular and a little bit smaller instead of these big old round classes that I have going right now. So I did look quite a bit like Tobey Maguire or Spider-Man. Sorry, it's whispering like that kind of makes me laugh. I'll get used to it, I promise. But yeah, I'd get called Spider-Man all the time, which was nice. Spider-Man is really cool. Except they didn't think I was like cool Spider-Man. They thought of me like pre-Spider-Bite Spider-Man, aka just a normal teenager called Peter Parker. So, yeah, I was kind of just seen as a nerd, which, in all honesty, is a very fair assessment. So, I can't fault them too much for that. And then, later in life, after I had graduated high school, probably, gosh, I want to say the first year after I graduated, probably, maybe a little bit after, maybe I was around 19 or maybe even 20. Shoot, I don't remember. Either way, it was time for me to go back to the eye doctor just to get checked out. I wasn't having any problems or anything like that. But while I was there, I got to pick out new frames. And, of course, I chose my round glasses. My round glasses. And, well, although I do like these glasses a lot more than my original one, I traded one problem for another. And that was, I was no longer being called Spider-Man. I was instead being called Harry Potter. Which, in all honesty, never bugged me at all. Because I really, really like Harry Potter. I have all the books. I have them on I have wall shelves right behind the camera here. And I've got all the books up there. Really, really good. I've seen all of the movies as well, and grew up watching them. I actually remember seeing both of the Deathly Hallows movies in theaters opening day as they came out with my family. And oh man, seeing those movies in theaters was so cool. I remember watching, the Deathly Hallows Part 2 and like the bridge scene where Harry is dueling Voldemort. I don't want to spoil it, but they've been out a very long time. I'll give you a warning anyway. If you haven't seen Harry Potter and you plan to watch or read it, skip this next part. Anyway, when they're dueling on the bridge and they fall off and they're morphing into each other and getting smushed together. Seeing that in IMAX was the coolest thing, especially as a kid. I mean, I wasn't old. I was probably, I probably had to be around 8 or 9. That sounds about right. And it was the coolest thing. Recently, I went to go see the Lord of the Rings in theaters for the 25th anniversary, not reboot, but re-showing. Now, I only saw the first one in theaters. I didn't have the time to go watch all of them. They kind of had them in a row. So, you go the first day, it was the first one, second day, second, so on, so forth. You get the idea. And, it was so cool to see that in theaters. I mean, what an awesome movie. I still haven't seen all of them, nor read all of them, which is really strange because I really liked it. I just never got around to finishing them, I suppose. Let's see, I've read more than I've watched of The Lord of the Rings. I believe, yeah. I've read The Hobbit, and I've read through the second book. I believe halfway through the second book. I forget the titles of the books. I'm sorry. I'm sure that might upset a couple people. I can't remember the order, because there's the Fellowship of the Ring. That's the first one. So I've read the Fellowship of the Ring. And then I can't remember if it's the Two Towers or Return of the King, third. I believe the Two Towers is second. If I'm wrong, there goes Guts. If I'm wrong, I'm really, really sorry. I need to get on that and read and watch them because I really, really like them. But anyway, I went to see the first one in theaters, and it was fantastic. Such a great movie. A really, really good time. And, there was a director's note at the beginning of the showing. Kind of just him talking like I tend to do, rambling about just different things about filming the movie and how a lot of people were kind of doubting its odds of success. I guess a lot of people thought that it was going to flop. Clearly, they were wrong. It did really well. And, it was just a really, really great experience. I normally go to the movies by myself. Not in the like a sad way, I promise. I like doing things by myself. I find it, kind of relaxing. I'm very comfortable doing my own thing. Now, with that being said, I do enjoy good company, every now and again. I've got some really, really great friends, and, I love hanging out with them. The only issue is that we all live in different places, across the U.S. It wasn't always that way, but as we got older, everyone kind of moved apart. Or I stopped myself. I hesitated for a second because I almost said split apart. We're all still very close. We physically moved away from each other, but we're still very close, and we all talk every day. We're all a bunch of nerds, so we play a lot of online games together and talk every day in Discord. And that kind of really helps us stay connected together, to the point where the distance really isn't much of an issue at all. And I'm really grateful for that, because we've all known each other I believe well over a decade now. It's probably been wow, I'm doing the math. I believe we've known each other for 14 years. 14 years. That's a really, really long time. At least for friendships, I feel like that's a really long time. You know, people kind of come and go, which is okay. That's how life is, and people come and go as needed. And but as far as my friend group goes, we're pretty much all still together after 14 years. Knock on wood, of course. Gently. Hopefully it remains that way. There doesn't seem to be any reason that it wouldn't. We all get along very, very well. Wow. Sorry, I'm a little surprised. I didn't realize how long it had really been. That's crazy. Very, very strange to think about. Wow. This is, excuse me, this is a little off topic, although I guess when you're rambling, there's not really such a thing as off topic. But today I went out to Barnes and Noble, and I wanted to I just kind of wanted to look around, and I brought my own book that I talked about in my other video, Hooked, to read while I was there. I like to kind of get out of the house, so going out in public to read, I know, real exciting stuff. Anyhow, while I was there, I had ordered a coffee, or a tea, rather. I'm not very into coffee. But I ordered this tea, and the baristas behind the counter, there were two of them, And as they were making my tea, they were chatting to each other, and I wasn't eavesdropping, but they were talking relatively loud, and I was standing right there. They knew I was there. Anyway, they were telling me stories, and they were talking about their exes. And sorry, I shouldn't laugh, because it was pretty messed up what was said. She seemed to be in good spirits and doing okay, so there's at least that, which is good. But she was telling this story about how her ex had broken things off with her. Oh, sorry, I bumped you. And the other barista, she goes, well, why did he do that? Did he tell you why? And she says, oh yeah, he had no qualms about doing that. And the other lady goes, well, what do you mean by that? And she says, well, he told me that I've gotten fat and needy. Sorry. Fat and needy. Those were her exact words. I could not believe it. I mean, and again, she was laughing about it herself. So I assume that she's moved on and taking it in stride, which is, I'm very happy for her. No one should be with somebody that calls them fat. Fat and needy. The other ladies, the other barista's face when she had said that, I mean, her jaw hit the floor, and me, of course, standing there, I didn't want to seem weird, like I didn't want to intrude on their conversation, so I ended up having to turn my back and let out a little bit of a quiet laugh, and oh man, I feel terrible. It's such a terrible thing to say to somebody. Again, I am happy that she seems to, she shook it off really well. And I've got to say, like, I don't know why you would. Honesty's good. Certainly, honesty's great. But, there's some times where, blunting the blow might be a better option. I think, there may have been some better options than telling her she is fat and needy. So, that was kind of my, Barnes & Noble experience for the day. While I was there, after the whole, incident that occurred, I read more of my book, which again is called Hooked. I was definitely wrong about what it was about. I read maybe another 50 or so pages, and yeah, it is not a slice of life kind of book. It is far deeper than that. It goes a lot into kind of just the two different extremes in relationships, in this case, friendships specifically, but it applies to relationships as well. So, on one end of the spectrum, you have kind of the, for lack of better term, kind of like the super clingy person. So one of the characters is very clingy and anxious and very absorbed with the other. The other person is the complete opposite. She's very, free-spirited and likes to be left alone, to do her own thing and doesn't want to be bothered, and tends to push people away. And it just kind of shows the dynamic between the two. Both parties are kind of in the wrong in a way. Neither are innocent in the book. Although, I will say, in my opinion, the clingier one in the story, her name is Eriko. She seems to be a little bit too clingy. And what I mean by that is she basically stalks the other, which is obviously not a good thing to do. So there's flaws with both, certainly. But the more push away character in this book, it is a little bit more in the right in the situation they're in. Sorry if I'm being a little vague. I don't want to spoil the book, in case one of you want to read it or currently reading it. But yeah, it's a very interesting book, and just really good. It's not the usual type of book that I would go for, but I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm about probably just about halfway through right now. I'll be sure to give you guys an update once I fully finish it on kind of my final thoughts, if you will. But yeah, it is really good. moving off topic again to a previous topic because I got a little distracted. Earlier, when, excuse me, my voice is starting to get a little tired. Earlier, when I was talking about my prior classmates that called me Spider-Man, I had a question for y'all. It's kind of controversial, so bear with me. What is your favorite Spider-Man? Who is your favorite Spider-Man? There's Tobey Maguire, who is in the original trilogy. Then there's Andrew Garfield, who did the amazing Spider-Man movies. And then now we have Tom Holland. Me, personally, I think my favorite would have to be Andrew Garfield. Not a lot of people tend to agree with me on that one. A lot of people say they like Tobey Maguire the most. And, I really like Tobey Maguire as well. I think he did an excellent job. But there is just something about Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man that was really, really good. I might be a little bit biased because I went to go see those movies with him growing up. So maybe that plays into it. It's certainly a possibility. But I don't know. I just really liked his portrayal of it. He just did a really, really good job. And frankly, I feel like he was the most believable as a kind of a teenage kid, because that's what Spider-Man is. He's just a teenager. And I don't know, Andrew Garfield just played kind of the rowdy, punk teenager really well. Skateboarding, he just did a really good job, I think. But yeah, let me know down below in the comments who your favorite Spider-Man is and why you think so. I'd love to hear why. Also, please keep it civil. I know it's a tough question, but try to get along, alright? Anyhow, I think that's where I'll call it for tonight. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I know I didn't do a whole lot of whispering. I hope that you can forgive me. I'm still getting a little used to it. But as I become more comfortable, I'll surely do more for y'all. I hope that the little bit of whispering that I did do, you found enjoyable. I hope it sounds okay. And, yeah, thank you all again so much for the support that you've shown me. The growth that I've seen in just a few days is crazy. I never expected it. Really, I never did. So, thank you so much. I hope that you will continue. Excuse me. I hope that you will continue to watch and enjoy my videos. So, I hope that you will have a wonderful rest of your day or night. And, yeah, stay safe out there.